Sláinte. We need to nominate a queen. Who among us is of queenly status?
Montror.
My dear. Come here. We have a queen among the people. Big round of applause. Yay! Now, my dear. Oh, look at this. Now, here's an old joking aside. This is the scenario. We have our tour. Our clan has gathered. The smith or Gobha has been busy preparing the ceremonial jewelry and all associated. Our great queen. What do you mean? Ashley. No more is Ashling of this world. It is now Queen Ashling. Queen Ashling is leading this little party all the way to Sacred Tara. But Queen Ashling has put in an order about 3 weeks ago, and of course Ongow is very busy with his order book and is running a little late, so we're going to make a great shawl pin. Queen Ashling now is standing with her sheepskin. If Queen Ashling is walking around her cloth, that's fine. What's the problem when Queen Ashling gets on her horse and mounts the horse heading to Tara? What's the problem? Blow away. She blows away, and she's left there. So we must make a great shawl pin. Let us make the great shawl pin.
Well, look at this. Let me put it upside down and follow.
That's getting hot now. Now, it's, we can understand and appreciate thermal electricity and the use of a press of a button. A fan can be activated, all of a sudden I have a forge working as a forge does. Can you imagine, thousands of years ago where it was the belly of a cow, 2 branches placed like a glorified handbag. You open, you lift, you close and push. And you get a pulse of air racing underground to a small ring of stones to incite the fire. How long would it take to get iron hot? Substantially long. That's the magic what I can do now. Basically just put an iron into the fire. Get that hot within reason, within a few minutes, which is just vital. Great job. Now let us go. Well, before I always get one, I had 44 students from Spain one time at the forge. You'll never guess what I had them drinking. Coca-Cola. And of course I was winding them all up, almost instilling fear. Because when I would take the iron out of the fire, and when I bring it to the anvil, and I'm putting the first strike with the hammer, when the hammer would strike it, the sparks would go this way, and this way, and this way, and this way. So when I took the iron out, I'm giving the first strike. All faces was, and their tutor got this incredible photograph of 44 students. Pretty cool. Our queen awaits. Let's go. Throw the table. Now, while that has colour, I can work it. There's no problem with that there. But I can sense it now getting a little stiffer now. While I have that fire going, that fire is serving no value while iron is out of it. All that's doing is burning my raw material and the cost is prohibitive. But now when I put something back into it, now there's value. Something's getting hot. I was working on my own at the forge. Does anybody work in the world of KPIs? Is that familiar? Key Performance Indicators. you know, a result of a target or, you know, a certain work ethic. If you have management that sets key performance indicators, you either hit your target or you don't. If you do, you're okay. If you don't, what was the problem? Well, when I work for myself, I like to have the key performance indicators. While that's getting hot, I'm not working here. I'm waiting. That's a killer because I should be working. I have iron getting hot, but I'm not working. I need the balance. I need to have iron getting hot while I'm working. While I'm working, I know in my mind what time I must spend here in order for that to get sufficiently hot to take it out, put that back in, take something out, working while this is getting hot. That's getting hot. Now, I want to have this as tidy as I can, as refined with finesse. The more finesse I can add to my roll paper, again, that's gone great, that's naughty, back in the fire. I can sense that getting difficult to work as it's losing its colour, from an orange to a red to a dark red to a grey. While it's getting grey, it's harder to work. Stop, back in the fire. There's no need to continue, you're only being hard on yourself. Just might get a strip here, okay? You're okay there. You're okay, you're fine, just a second. This triangle with the smaller print of the shoulder. So again, I'm in the process of refining this. The more refinement I can add, the more texturing or the more attractive it will be now, the better it will be for the spiral that I create now. Now that has taken 3 heats to bring a standard 8mm round section here to a point. Very hot, I can't, it's too hot. So that's gone to a point now there. Everything behind that point now has been textured or refined. So I have a really nice transition between this point here and the body going into the main part here. The more time and attention spent here, the more attractive the spiral will be while I start the spiral. That is the forging. I've taken the piece here and that was cut here at the end here and I brought that down to a point. So I have forged that out. Forged it, I've moved the material, getting it very hot and forged it out, pushing it out. And now I'm going to start manipulating or shaping this into a spiral now. Have a look at the fire. Let's go look at the fire. Another senior moment. I had a senior moment about 3 weeks ago, my friends. I have 2 locations where I kind of keep my poker. So I had about 9 or 10 guests sitting at the table looking at the forge demonstration. And I said to my guests, excuse me while I look for the poker. And I was looking for the poker where I normally have it. Excuse me. I went off to another area where I normally would keep it again on an old cable drum that's set up on its side. Couldn't find it. Where was the poker? In me hand. And I'm walking around looking for it. I've reached that phase in life, in the words of Billy Connolly, when I stoop over, I make these old man sounds now, And I don't realise I'm doing it. So there you go, life moves on. We now declare that crop
No,
center
no
open.
attack.
There's the policy of the insurance industry. Break. So here's where I have to up the concentration. I have refined and a nice definition with a point. If I lose the concentration of this, I'm going to lose, see that tip getting hot already? I have to be very careful. I have to manage it. That will boil up and spoil it. Then I've ruined it. And I try and save it, recover it, forget it, start again. So that's getting hot. I know in my mind's eye how long it should take to get where I need it, but I'll never be confident to say that's exactly how much time. Check, if it's not hot enough, back in the fire. Not hot enough, back in the fire. While that's getting hot, distraction there, so that's there. You want to bring that home and sit family there every day. That's exciting one. Another graph later on, no problem at all.
Can't complain now.
Getting right, getting the fire is good, it sounds good, it looks good, it's doing exactly what it's meant to do. So I'm managing that. That is not in control of me, I am in control of that. That's where you need to be. 10 seconds. Eyes is off the fire, eyes has been, dialing into the ambience of the day, not the fire. If you see the fire, watch what happens when you take your eyes off the fire. You can see the fire within your eyes. Here we go.
The kitchen out all the spoons.
First heat done. I have the pleasure of saying a senior design engineer for the last 20 years, well, since the COVID. So I'm used to setting up drawings and sending drawings of machine parts to suppliers of the tool room. And these drawings would show, you must drill a hole of a certain size, of a certain tolerance. And the tool room people could look at it and say, why do you have to be so tight? Why has it to have such a tight tolerance? Because it's a safety critical part. And that's fine, that costs money. But now in my blacksmith world, artistic expression, fire, anvil, hammer. How circular is that circle? Do you see how circular that circle is? We could measure that and say, actually, you're within whatever tolerance of complete, true circularity. If you're doing work that's circular, forging something circular, it's either circular or it's not. If it's not, it can look like a crashed car. And if it's not circular, it does look kind of second-hand. I'm quite proud of my spirals and my scrolls. I've been doing it since the lockdown. So there's your apprentice almost served. And I can appreciate the length of time it's taken to get to that level of a drawn taper to a point. And now I have the circular set as the start point for our great show, for our great queen, Aisling, who is patiently waiting in a throne. But I nearly fell into the throne.
Well, that's what you want to do.
Fire circle. Let's get it going again. Very important, the fire, how we control that. So the fire management is critical. Back at the fire. Now again, by experience, I don't place that hot iron in the fire like that. Or like that. Can anybody guess? That tip is exposed to that flame. If I spoil that tip, the whole thing is scrapped. I've lost the finesse and what I've done. So I'll place it into the fire like that there. Let the back of this protect that tip. That's how sensitive it is because of the art that I'm working on. So you can see the fire is quite ferocious. Back in it goes. That's it. Let it get hot. I know I'm going to fall into it.
I guarantee you.
I don't see my insurance cert is here. Is it gone?
Yeah. And you'll be on camera too.
See, I could end up with Beatles about or
Yeah.
one of these funny commercials, you know. Here it goes, this, hey! With the sound of a trumpet. Checking if it's not hot enough back in the fire. That is respect for the piece. No matter what years you have experience working fire, check if it's hot enough. If it's not hot enough back in the fire. Coming along nicely. Coming along nicely. Why? Because I am in control. It's doing exactly what I wanted to do. Again, if I was on my own here, there could be 5 or 6 irons in that fire. There'll always be one that's ready to work while the rest are getting hot. So I have a balance of working what is getting hot and what's ready to work. I always aim to be working here while iron is getting hot. That's a good piece. Happy with that. Now I can sense that's getting strong. But you can see the journey we're on here. We've set a nice, tightly wound spiral with a little hole in it. Now the reason I leave a little hole in it is because of the conversation with a number of people that have experienced forging experience, but also the product that I work. While I leave a little hole in the piece, it can be looked upon as portals. If we think of the cave of the cats, what is the cave of the cat? Where does it lead to if we go down that portal? Have you heard of the hagstones? If Samhain was been celebrated here at Rathcohan at the Cave of the Cats, what would you expect to learn if you've seen someone wearing a hagstone? Have you heard of a hagstone? A hagstone is a stone that has a hole through it that's been caused by water over thousands of years. If you were seen with a hagstone around the Samhain ceremony, they were looked upon as a sacred item. When you looked through the hole in the stone, you could see to the other world from the hagstone. The same with Ongawa's jewellery. These are portals to another dimension. Now you can see that fire, or you can sense that fire from when I started it, when I set it up. It's got a consistency, you can see it, you can hear it. It's almost as though you go into your car and turn the engine on. When you turn it on, it just ticks over. Put your foot to the floor. Whoa, it goes, and the fuel is just going with this. Is it any good? No. You're using the fuel and you're hard on the engine. That is at mid-range. I don't have it on the Greta Thunberg setting. I'm trying to save my pole. Our great queen here, she is planned to be a Tara in 3 or 4 weeks' time, but she needs it for when she mounts the horse. She looks lovely in her sheepskin, but that's no good when she's on horse. She needs her pin. Sparks there, are you? Are you able to play the Star Wars and dodge the stars to the enemies?
You just pictured.
So again, I love to have the liberty of being able to have a bit of a time out, because normally full time, perspiration, bottles of water. That's the Smiths of the ancient world, you know.
How many pieces might you work at one time for?
I would be carrying 4 or 5 at a time. Yeah. I need to get iron hot. I need to be working there. That's your score. 20 seconds now. I just know by looking at it, I know I'm not in danger of boiling it up and spoiling it. It's a nice piece that's going exactly how I want it, but I don't want to take it for granted. If I was on my phone and a WhatsApp message, oh shit. And it has happened. Imagine if we went out to the Mound of Rathcrohan and just roughed that up a little bit and said to the OPW or our friends here at Gobha, look what I found. I found it over near the mound on the left hand side of the sheet. What? What did you find and where did you find it? More importantly, because that could lead to a treasure trove. So our show pin is coming along nicely.
Set up.
Everything will stop now.
There'll be no road ever done.
No, absolutely.
There could be more of them here.
You're not sitting at the lake right now.
I am. We want to have our village back next spring.
You're not living on the side of it, do you?
I know that's what I have now, but I have to go through the 4 times a day.
Nobody feels threatened with sparks or isolated fire or anything like that.
There's no advice, but like one time you get shot for it. I can be shot all the time now. Actually, it could be 6 lines following one level now.
Now that is the basis of our great spiral shoal pin. But there's another version or another function. In fact, there's 2 more functions for the shoal pins in the ancient world. Can anybody guess what the shoal pins would have been used for in other contexts? If you had a long head of gruig fada,
Back scratcher.
long hair, back scratching, I'll add that in a minute. Can I get your permission for that? Yeah. Or scratch any particular part of the anatomy, whatever suits you. Or an anatomy scratcher. That's a good one. I like
But
that.
use it as a weapon.
So you have top marks. Well done. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Top marks. So that's the body of our. I'm not going to go in. I can go, and I've done it for the fun. If I was going to the RDS now or showcase, I would make a substantially big pendant just for the swagger. As you arrive at some high level show and you put the shoulders back wearing a big pendant, it shows the personality and the confidence. And woo the ladies. Hey!
They keep their distance from you.
Okay, let's go.
They are temperature upstairs. And they get a very small base. Like if you have a
Fire, right? Again, bro.
you have to have the air to have fire.
He's also using the gas or something.
That's what I mean. It's not 7 spellers.
It's so good fire.
Probably does anything with frogs.
Never use. Only in winter time.
Patience. One thing you must have with this game is patience. I don't want to force it. I have an idea in my mind of what I want to do, but in order to do it, I have to respect the fire. I can't pull something out and try and work it when it's not hot enough. Gotta have it hot enough. And I've learned that many times where slow it down actually goes quicker. If you know what I mean.
Probably people can go over you want to lean back there, do you?
Like everything in life, you have to put your hand to it. If you've got a lot of confidence doing what you're doing, but that's only confidence. To prove whatever it is you're doing, you learn by doing. Whatever you've learned from doing the mistakes, you pick that up and say, right, here's what I've learned from that, and you bring that to the next level of making. This is no different. Now I'm ready. I normally have a big leg voice, a monster voice, but this is my road show. Bring this with me here. Have the leaving those tongs ready to go. So that's all ready here.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Like them, that's a comfort light. Someone get the mace, quick.
Oh, look at this. Huh? The army and the Gardaí.
Got a nice agitated forge there. It's doing exactly what I wanted to do, but the iron not hot enough.
Does the heat not, does the heat not travel up the
No,
garden?
within reason.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I'll move the tongs in another 5 minutes.
You'll be able to grab it every time.
You ought to see, man, with the tongue.
Yeah, that's true.
I am in control. That's doing exactly what I want to do, but again, I have to be patient. Let the fire do what it needs to do.
Because Laura gets
So can you see how ancient we're going with our pin now? And again, it's a matter of being patient. I don't want to force it. I could test it, but when it doesn't work, it's no point. I want to get it hot, but it's sufficiently hot to do what I want to do with it. And that's going exactly how I want it to go. So I have to be patient. Let the fire get it hot.
It wouldn't work for me now.
You wouldn't be patient enough, Trishna.
Now that's getting hot. It's interesting. The mill scale is gathering on the anvil. Have you heard of the mill scale? The mill scale is the powder that comes off the work as I work on the anvil, so it gathers around me. You can see the small grain patterns. If I had that vessel full of water, and if I was to cool that in the water, the mill scale from the piece now mixes with the water. That water has a blessing, the blacksmith's blessing. That there is, if I grind it with a mortar and pestle, it becomes a very fine powder, or the iron ore back to its original state. When that mixes with the water becomes ironized, which means the ancient blacksmith's blessing was if there was a child with verruca or warts, go to the blacksmith's forge, wash your hands in the vessel, you get a blessing, the warts will go. There is also the blacksmith's curse. Have you heard the blacksmith's curse? If someone does something nasty to the blacksmith can get his revenge, or her revenge, pointing the horn of the anvil in the general direction of that individual and bestowing a curse. And only the smith can lift it. And it's a very dangerous thing. If you think of the Sidhe, the fairies and the banshee, and all of the other world, if you've done nasty things or disrespectful, an accident, we don't know where that came from. Bad health in the family, we don't know where it came from. Are you sitting patiently there with you? Are you looking fantastic? She looks very ceremonialistic there. She's about to begin the sacrifice. Let it begin. I'll give you a very funny story. I remember when I won a showcase in the RDS with my St. Bridget's Cross, the top lady of showcase on the RDS, where my stand was set up in the Serpentine Hall under the local enterprise. There was 5 rows of people wanting to talk to Gobha. I was sat in that very chair, that very throne, and Maria, the CEO of Showcase, she comes in and barges through the people, excuse me, on Gobha, Arnott's wants to have a chat with you. And I was sitting in the throne, and I went with my hand and I said, send them in.
Fabulous.
Oh, I had such confidence. Only a winner could have that confidence against a CEO of Showcase in the RDS. It's been absolutely incredible. And I was saying to Elaine earlier on, if you think about it, when did Ireland allocate a national holiday for St. Patrick? We can go online and we can type it in, we can find the date. When did Ireland allocate a national holiday for St. Bridget? 2023. In our time, in our generation. That's something very, very special.
It's so hot that you might break it. No.
Again, you can see the journey where we're going here. Can you see how mythical that is, all with its curvature and its mysticism or spirituality? You can allocate that with a river, a fire, or the wind, but we're making a shawl pin. So I'm looking at that and I know where to cut that there now. I know by gut feeling. I'm going to cut it because it can be drawn out. Now I can't touch it anymore unless I have asbestos fingers, but I don't.
Right, what glass?
I know I am. It'll be like a scene of Father Ted. Can you remember when Father Ted gives Dougal the teapot? And his hands is either side of the teapot, big red teapot, the steam coming out of it. And Dougal goes to Father Ted. Father, what Ted? What Dougal? I'm an agony.
Sorry.
Can you see our pin coming along?
Yeah.
You think when Dougal get to the next one?
Sorry?
Will Dougal get to the next one?
Oh, we'll get to the next one. Now again, that fire has been kept with constant, the consistency, you hear and see it. It's a good performance, that fire. I'm quite happy with it.
I take it your heat has to be consistent, you know.
Absolutely, yeah. I don't want to force it, you see.
Yeah.
I don't want to force it. Getting great, not hot enough back in the pan. So it's again just appreciating how much work you can get done while it has a nice yellow or a nice cherry red colour. The iron will move quite easily. When it turns grey, it's much stiffer. It's not happier to move. It needs to be hot.
Will you temper the tip of that now?
No need to temper, it's not a blade, yeah.
Just a picture of it.
Look, everything good. More middle scale. careful of knowing how long that piece is exposed to that fire. The thinner or the point at the top that's very sensitive, that will get the hottest quickest.
What do you call that shale?
This here?
The shale.
What shape?
The shale.
Shale.
It's the mill scale.
Yeah. Mill scale.
The mill scale. Mill scale. Yeah, now we're getting it. Nearly there, my friends.
I'm just curious there when you said to you about the danger of a breaking.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's a matter that you know the temperature and you know the material. Yeah. You would think that it would so happen to crack.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Have to keep it at a certain heat.
Yeah.
If I keep working that as grey, it actually can snap like glass.
Right,
It's
okay.
not able to.
Okay.
Too much
And if
residual
it's too
stress.
hot?
It's got to have the heat.
Right, when
Yeah.
it's too hot,
It will boil here.
Yeah, boil, yeah.
Go from solid to a liquid.
Okay, yeah.
Now it becomes to start looking right. A short.
Yeah. Oh, so look, it's like a McDonald's cut that with pie.
10 seconds, clear my eyes off the fire. Voice is next. Now you can see again the versatility of the angle. I've been working this here for the last 20 minutes really. I'm now moving here. See what I'm doing now.
Sorry,
Everything is ready now.
what weight is that anvil?
77 kg.
77.
Glasgow dockyards. Over 100 years old. A very unusual angle. Why is that? It's got a hardy hole in the side. That's a hardy hole, Pritchett hole, hardy hole in the side. You don't see many angles like that.
And what's the idea of the hole? Just design
Tools.
No, or tools. Oh yeah, of course, yeah. Of course. Brilliant.
So I could have moved you there.
Oh, brilliant.
Whatever it is, yeah. our ancient shoal pin, hairpin, forged in Rathcroghan, Lughnasa 2026 for our great Queen, Queen Ashley. Now, while it has that heat, I can't touch that. So I'm going to use a very old blacksmith finish. Let's get it in the fire again. A little bit more wider of fire. So you can see how the fire is set. That's good. Very old blacksmith's finish. Boyne linseed oil, turpentine, beeswax. That's going back a long, long time. It creates the patina.
Cut the oil off.
The patina is the surface finish on the iron. That's a raw iron, it's grey. If it was sitting there for the next 2 days, it would rust. When I give it a patina, it gives it a little help. Now it'll still rust if it's exposed to oxidization, if it's been worn and been used. So again, taking ahead, have everything ready. Ready? There.
Yeah,
I was going to say that.
I'm getting hungry now.
We need box.
I got in trouble with my mother one time because she was wondering where all the tea towels was going. She done a tea towel audit and found 6 of them beside my linseed oil vessel and says, well, there's the core.
Your KPIs were good though.
That's all I was saying, you know.
Did you wash that afterwards?
Black
Wash.
now fairy bio test you.
That is lovely.
Now, my friends, there we go. We have the finished article now. There's our great hair pin, or our great shawl pin, or by means of the fence, if that was in a shawl, or inserted into a long head of hair, and you found yourself in a dangerous predicament, quite threatening in fact, from the hair into the ribcage.
Oh.
Puncture a lung, run, quick. Don't look back.
Oh.
So you can imagine again if we did it to go off to the mound and someone just jokingly says, look what I found at the mound there, 100 yards to the left of the gate if you walk toward it. Can you imagine the excitement that would be had there with our friends here in Rathcroghan and indeed OPW saying, right, just mark exactly where that was found till we do a little bit more analysis. But in the context of what it means spiritually, well look, think of the spiral. What does the spiral mean in the ancient world? There's any amount of explanation or interpretations of what the spiral meant. Triple spiral, closed spiral, open spiral, all the annular brooches, the neck torques, the arm rings. Why? Because of the spirituality with the wind, the fire, the water. So if you were seen on Tara with this through your shawl pin, and again looked upon, it's almost like, you know, the Vogue of the Iron Age magazine. What's hot and what's not. To be seen with something like this here, would have been pretty cool. So this is for you, my dear. But I want to just leave this and let it get cold or let it cool. Because if I gave it to you now, you'd be end up in A&E. Is that okay? While it's getting cool, I need a volunteer. Who would like to have a go? We're also going to do an ancient moon pendant for our great queen. What time have we got, Elaine? Are we